Hi guys. This video today is going to be a Weight Watchers meeting highlights. I went today, as I do every Wednesday, and then I come back and give you the lowdown of what was talked about and what happened. First off, we had my weigh-in, and if you remember correctly, last week I had gained, let me get back, I had gained 2.4 because of the no walking with the foot, which I'll talk about in a minute. This week I lost 1.6 of it, so not quite everything that I had gained, but you know, hopefully next week I have what, 0.8 to get just over a half pound. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna not let this affect me too much. So total loss so far 10.4 pounds, and our weekly. And I talked about refresh your fridge, which I think they've done this before. You know, I have a memory of it anyway. But in the Thrive section, 3 surprising things to keep in your fridge. Ripe bananas. The skin turns brown, but it slows them down from getting overripe. I've never put my bananas in the fridge ever. Because I think because they look brown on the outside, and I'm thinking that, yeah, okay. Oh. Whole wheat flour. It keeps the flour fresh longer. Nuts. Most will stay fresh and not turn rancid up to a year. I don't know if I'd keep nuts for up to a year, but okay. Oh, the Ask a Leader. What's in your fridge? Fruits and veggies, cleaned, cut up, and kept front and center so they're easy to grab on the go. What's on your fridge? Motivational quotes to keep reminding me of my goals. So she put all those sticky notes on there on her fridge. And let's see. Cajun shrimp saute. Well, that's not going to be happening. That was the recipe this week. Don't like anything about any one of those words. Well, maybe the saute. Okay, I like the word saute. Anyway, refresh your fridge. That's the main meat of the thing. Make it healthy. Make it a healthy eating ally. Your refrigerator is your biggest weight loss tool, literally. So make it work for you. 2 things to keep in mind. You can eat it if you can't have it. If you don't have it, I'm sorry. And its flip side, if you have it, you can eat it. Banish or hide the foods that don't help you and load up on the foods that do. Here's help. Of course, they want you to drink up, you know, have your drinks there that you need, your water and whatnot, and leftovers in containers, and seasonings, you know, that are good for you. Special items, switch to single serve sizes. And then proteins, you want to have the meat and the eggs and the things like that right available to you. Low fat cheese sticks. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm reading the thing. And then of course fruits and vegetables. So, and along with that, when we talked about that section, it's you want to keep the healthy items in clear containers so you can see them. They should be appealing to you. They should be in pretty glass containers if that's what you like. Or if you don't know glass, I like everything in glass. I don't like to put things in plastic, but that's just me, you know. But if you don't have that, anyway, something that you can see it, and if you can't see it because you don't want to go buy new stuff and you've got, you know, solid color things, then you put sticky notes on it so you can remind yourself, big letters, you know, cut up whatever, celery, whatever it is you have. So you, if you can't visually see it, then visually see the note. That's what her point was on that. Of course, you want to have your food prep done. If you cut it up, wash it up, so it's easy to grab and go. And don't have to think, oh, well, there's things I got to do work before I'm going to eat, because then you'll just go on to the other thing. That's probably not good for you. And you want to substitute less than healthy items, obviously, if you can. Swap things out, try things new, and try to get the lower cal, lower val, you know, point value, whatever, alternatives. Out of sight, out of mind. So if you do have something in there that you should not be having, you don't want to have be something you see when you open the fridge. So put it in a dark, you know, a solid color container you can't see. Put it to the back. Put it in a drawer. If it's in the freezer, put it to the back so that it's not when you're opening it up, your eyes don't catch to it and then think, even if you weren't thinking about it before, you're now thinking about it. So try not to have that happen. And then of course, healthy foods should be front and center, which we all know. So that's what we talked about when we were talking about that. And then in the move section, on the back, there's a little move section. A member tip. I bought a class pass to try a new workout. So far, I've tried spin, yoga, CrossFit, Pilates, and tennis. So if you go to like a local gym and don't think, oh, don't buy it just to go to one particular class. They must have something that you can just try everything and then figure out what you like. Want to try something new? Don't want to spend a lot? Check out the local adult education classes for like archery or Zumba. See if nearby colleges and universities have not-for-credit sports and fitness classes. That's a good idea. Exploring the town's parks and recreation department, and Google Learn and then your sport to tune up on some great resources. When should I get a new pair of workout sneakers? They may still look new, but after about 400 miles or 100 hours of exercise, get a new pair. Good support will help prevent injuries, and you'll literally feel a bounce in your step. I never replace mine until they're so dog dead that I'm cheap. But anyway, I know I should. I know I should, but I just don't. And then they're comfortable, you know what I mean? You don't want to break them in. And anyway, not good advice. Don't listen to me. Top fitness trends, Fitbit, of course. Gotta wear that. And other wearable technology. Body weight training. Try once you're a bit stronger. And HIIT, high intensity interval training. So that's for the more advanced folks. So there you go. Ready, set, go. You want you to get your fridge in order. So that's that for that. And then today we talked about, are you always feeling hungry? And if so, which people say a lot, if so, why? What are the reasons why? Well, one of them is your breakfast. A lot of people say, like Sandy, I don't want to eat breakfast. I'd rather just start, because I'll eat all day. That's not true. It's what your mind's telling you, whatever. If you're eating the right breakfast, and of course if you're eating the wrong breakfast and it's not the things that need to sustain you to get to lunch, then yes, you're going to feel hungry an hour or two, an hour and a half later. And you're going to say, what was the point of eating that? Well, truly, what was the point of eating that? Because it wasn't what you needed in order to get you to lunch. Now, not to say you don't snack, but it should be healthy snacks. You can snack between meals. They actually say that's a good idea. To get like a cheese stick or an apple, a fruit, something that's 0 points to very low points for your snacks. And so that to get you to lunch. But if you're starving an hour after you've ate, then you've not eaten the right thing. That was her point. So what you should try to do is to eat a combo of protein, carbs, fat, and fiber. And the fiber, you should get at least 4 to 5 grams or more. Because your body needs the fuel. And so it's very important to eat the breakfast. Now, see, I don't get all those in mine. I have, as you probably know, my same bowl of Cheerios, cup of Cheerios, 2% milk, banana, water. It's my every morning thing, and maybe it's because I just know my whole life that is what I've had, and that does take me to lunch. I generally do not have a snack between breakfast and lunch. I'm busy with whatever, and I don't think about it or whatever. My snacking wants come later in the day. So it's sufficient for me. Like she said, if it's working for you, that's your whole judge. If you're not hungry after you've eaten your breakfast and you can make it to lunch and you don't feel like you're depriving yourself and you don't feel like you're hungry, then you're doing what you need and don't change it. That's fine. It's the people who are starving after an hour or an hour and a half and think they need to go eat again, not snack, eat again. That's who needs to readjust their breakfast. And if you need to load more points into that, you should spread your points out all day, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But if you need more in the morning to really sustain you to get further than, healthy points, not bad ones, then that's what you should do. And the other possibility could be, it could be the right foods, but at the wrong time. If you're erratically eating and it messes up your brain signals and your brain doesn't know when the next meal's coming, you should try to be very predictable and have patterns that your body can get used to. And it doesn't have to be the pattern somebody else does. It should be what is comfortable for you. And if your body knows, about this time I'm going to get breakfast, and about this time I'm going to get lunch, and about this time I'm going to get dinner, and it's a very good pattern setting thing, and signals don't go all crazy and, feed me, because it knows the food's coming. It's at a certain time, and I'm not going to worry. I mean, really, your mind is very powerful, and that's what you clearly saying. The other one is flawless but flavorless. If you're eating flawlessly, but it's flavorlessly, you're only going to last so long on that. You can't keep thinking that you're going to eat this really good, this is all I'm eating, and this is, it's all good food, and it's all healthy, and there's no nothing, you're going to last a little bit of time. And what you need to do is make sure that it has some flavor and that you look forward to eating it. So, and add color to the plate, because you're tricking your mind again. If everything on your plate is clear or white, if you have baked potato, you have cauliflower, you have chicken, and there's not a bit of color on that plate, your body does not get too excited about it. Let me see who's calling. Yeah, I don't even know who that is. I'm going to pause this a second. I'll be right back. I absolutely hate those calls. There's no problems with your account, but if you'd like to reduce your interest rates, stop calling. Anyway, where was I at that one? Oh, just talking about the food and the color. Adding some color makes your mind happy. So even if you change the cauliflower to broccoli, something like that, now you're seeing green, that's what you need to do. You need to, and adding some flavors. Herbs and spices are very, very good for you in this weight loss battle, because there's no points to them generally, and gives you some extra flavor to your food, and so you look forward to it, and it's something that you're enjoying. And then if you're doing a marinade and a very light dressing, it's hardly adding any points, because you think about it, you're not eating that dressing. It's sitting in there, and it might absorb a little bit of it, but it's not going to absorb the most of it. And so it's not like if you equaled the points out, like I used 8 points of marinade in the bowl or whatever, and I have my chicken in there, it doesn't equate to 8 points that you're eating, because most of it's left in the bowl. It's just kind of tenderized your meat or your chicken or whatever. And so it's don't worry so much. Of course, do it with a light dressing, or some kind of olive oil or something. Try to get it the healthiest for the marinade, but then add some spices in there, and herbs. Grow your own garden, she said, and it's fun to try different things when you have it right from your garden. You're picking it. Well, let's try basil this time, whatever. So to try to do that. And then stockpiling your points is not good. Well, I do this. So this is going to be, I'm going to tell you what she says, not what I do. But she says, our bodies need the fuel. With no brain power, we are going to make bad decisions. And they ask you to spread out your points throughout the day. And even if you're going to go eat a fattening meal, or you're going to go to a barbecue, like I have said, you shouldn't do that. Well, it works for me. And I don't feel like when I go to the barbecue, this is her worry, and what she was talking about was that you're not going to have eaten any breakfast or lunch, so when you get to dinner, you're going to devour everything there. That's not how it works for me. I do have the discipline and the willpower to know. I do eat something for breakfast, usually always. And then the lunch is where I'm going to skip on, or eat this fruit, or something very light in points. Because then I know I can really guilt-freely enjoy the dinner. And so, and I know that I have the points available to me. When you only get 30 points for the day, you really, you want to go enjoy a meal. That takes a lot of points, sometimes up to 20. Well, if I've already eaten my normal lunch and my normal breakfast, I don't have 20 points left to have. And then I'm going to go into the weeklies, and then I'm going to feel guilty. And then I'm thinking, what the heck? I've already gone over. Let me just enjoy. See, to me, I am able to know that I plan where we're going or what we're eating, and I'll know how many points it is. I always do that ahead of time, so I know how many points. And sometimes I might dip into those weeklies, but it's very consciously done, and I know it beforehand. And generally, rarely do I say, oh, let me just have that. Sometimes it does happen. I am not perfect, trust me. And I do count it, and I track it, whatnot. I've never used anywhere near my weeklies. So it's like I have the cushion of that to do that, and I have the willpower to know, and I really want to enjoy myself. And so that's what I do. But she says, don't do that. So I'm telling you what they're recommending, and don't follow my advice. Follow theirs. They're obviously way more professionally educated on what to do. So anyway, and then the liquid meals, having a latte or a smoothie, every now and then, that's great, especially if you count the points and it fits in your thing. But your body doesn't know that you're fulfilling the need. It doesn't know the difference between hunger and thirst, and it doesn't have any of the chewing. When you're chewing, it's giving off hormones to your body, signaling that food is coming, and it helps your mind release the hormones for those cravings, or the feed me thoughts. So if you're going to try to drink a smoothie every morning, you're not eating, chewing, that's not good. In the long term, that is not good. If it's a snack and you're fitting it into your points, then that's great. But as a meal replacement, it's not something they think is a great idea. They think it's something that you should just try to avoid, and don't do it on a regular basis. So I don't really do that. I don't like to drink my points. I drink water every day. You know, when I look at something and it's 15, 17 points and that's half of my points for the day, I just can't have it. It's a good thing I don't drink anymore because, you know, drinking a beer or two, you know, not that I would never, and I haven't, I do, but it's so rare in between that it's not a concern for me. Other ladies in this group, well, yeah, that's a concern for them. They have their points go that way, and, you know, I don't know how successful they're going to be in the long run, but that's their journey, not mine, and they can make their own decisions. And they laugh about and joke about it, and it is funny, but it's not. It's not funny, because it's like, okay, you're here to learn a new way, you know, and this is not the way they're recommending, and so... Anyway, but I do my own things too. So I'm not saying, like I just told you about the stockpiling. I don't do that daily. I don't even do that weekly, but I do it. But it works for me. And so maybe they think the same thing with their methods. And so they think that whatever they're doing and drinking still is working for them. All the power to them. Let them do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole idea of life. Everybody has their own choices. Well, I hope this has been helpful. If it has, please share it with someone else. I know not everybody can get to a meeting, and not everybody, you know, does Weight Watchers. But these ideas and thoughts are not just Weight Watcher thoughts. I talk a lot about points, but it equates to whatever you're doing, however your, you know, your lifestyle is, whatever you're choosing to do to eat. I don't want to call them diets, whatever your choices are. It's going to equate somehow to it. So if you do, please like this video. Comment, ask a question. I'll answer it if I can, or ask my leader next week. And share, like I said, share it and subscribe if you're a new person watching. Thanks, guys.